Good morning, Pokefans. Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Matt, and we're going to continue our season rank climb using a team that we built from scratch. So, first and foremost, happy Tuesday. My apologies for no video yesterday, but like my post said, there was maintenance, and I didn't know what it was for. I did assume that it had to do with the Grand Challenge, and it seemed to be correct. There was a Grand Challenge event this last weekend from the 21st until the 23rd, and I didn't know it was this weekend, so obviously I didn't compete. But that was why the servers were kind of offline. Now I don't know when they came back up, but when I went to sit down to record for a few videos, my goal on the weekend is to try to hit anywhere between 3 to 6 videos during the weekend. And it's like that so that I can have time to hang out with my friends and just edit stuff during the week. That way I can go to bed early if I can, or like make some changes to what I said previously. I'm pretty good at keeping up with like the news and stuff, but yeah. Anyways, long story short, during that entire time, I didn't know that the Grand Challenge was going. And when I went to sit down to record my matches, the servers had shut down, and it gave me an approximate time, which was like a few hours. And by the time that I could have checked, I was already gone. I was in bed. So I don't know when it came back. I'm glad that it's back. But I also realized I only have a few days left. Thankfully, we're already on Master Ball, so we don't have to worry about that. But I was really hoping to have a little bit more matches during the month. But I guess that is what happens when you record 5 matches 5 days a week. So, I mean, it sucks. I'm used to having like triple digits. And I know the last couple months have been really bad for matches. But this way, with the scheduling, with like recording and uploading and stuff like that, has made it a lot easier for me to be able to make changes to the team and actually experiment and be able to see how it all works. I'm still testing things for bulk. Now, I mentioned before that some Pokemon do not work well in this kind of fashion. I've been playing with Farigiraf for a little bit, and I have a set that is really good in my opinion. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'll give you the rundown. So Farigiraf out of our entire team has only received the updates. The EVs are as such. We have 252 in HP, 116 in defense and special defense, 20 in special attack, and 4 in speed. We have Armor Tail for the ability, Throat Spray, and we're using 4 moves with no protect. Might bite me later on, but that's totally fine. We're gonna continue to try out fire since a lot of people have been switching to close combat instead of high horsepower. But if it's still gonna be high horsepower for most for Ice Rider Calyrexes, we'll have to switch the Terra type over. But this set is gonna be very interesting. This set specifically survives 2 Glacial Lances, and it has the ability of not only shutting off Trick Room, but also Hyper Voice, depending on the target. And if it ends up being against, like, I don't know, Blood Moon or Saluna, they lose part of their kit. So they can't use that move, which means they're going to have to use either Earth Power or Blood Moon, forcing them to do that. Usually what I have is Protect, but I want Foul Play, because in some calcs that I was able to see, at +1, I was able to get a KO off of Ice Riders, but I am just trying to shut off Trick Room right now, and we might be changing some things over later on. Now, I've been listening to day 2 of the Stockholm regional over in Germany, and I've been kind of playing around with other ideas in my head. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but if it works, awesome, and if it doesn't, then I just make changes again. It's not that big of a deal. I'm constantly trying to advance my team to make it a little bit better, and some of it has to do with the crazies that I had. So my apologies if nothing really seems optimized on the screen. I had all of this done, and then the crash happened, and then I guess I forgot to save, so it hasn't saved all of my progress. But that's totally fine. I've taken up too much of your guys' time already, but that's what I've currently set out. I won't say anything more about the other sets. I'll mention them as soon as I get done processing them and maybe writing them down on a piece of paper just so that I can kind of keep track. Because if I know that if I don't, I'm going to forget them and then be like, oh, I had this really cool set, but it's not going to see the light of day. I mean, a lot of my sets don't really see the light of day anyway, but I'm hoping to have something for you guys so that we have a little bit more to discuss. But that's all that I really have for now. We're going to move on to our 5 matches for today, and I'll see you guys at the end when all the matches are done. So wish me luck. I'm going to need it, and I'll see you then. We'll speak of the devil. All right, so we've got Ice Rider Calyrex, Urshifu, Landorus Incarnate, Amoonguss, Raging Bolt, and Incineroar. So we do have a couple of options that we can do here. Yes, they don't really have a way to counter us specifically. And by specifically, I don't have, like, they don't have anything to just stop us right away. So, like, they don't... Landorus is probably going to be an issue. I don't know which Urshifu that is, but if it's Rapid Strike, we're going to have to watch out for that. But I do have counters to it on my side of the field, so we should be fine. I am going to bring in Farigiraf just so that we can kind of get that taken care of. And I do have to worry about Amoonguss, which I think I'm going to go ahead and bring out. I want to do Chien Pao, but I think Ogerpon's better. And then do Chien Pao and maybe Koraidon. Yeah, let's give that a shot. We'll leave Fluttermane alone. The reason why is because if it's down to Landorus and Fluttermane, Landorus is going to win. My hope is that I can still do stuff against Landorus when it comes down to, let's say, a Koraidon, Ogerpon, or if Chien Pao's on the field when Landorus hits the field, we're actually looking pretty good. But we have Incineroar and Calyrex. Okay, so Intimidate's going to come in, and it's going to be really bad against Ogerpon, but we should be fine. We don't have to worry about Fake Out, so what I'm going to do is just go ahead and do Imprison. And I guess I do have to worry about Incineroar. So do I want to use my Terra on Farigiraf? No. I'll just, I'll use Follow Me instead. Calyrex protects, okay. Follow Me. This way, if it's knockoff, it doesn't go over to Farigiraf, it just goes over. Oh, Parting Shot goes over to Ogerpon instead, which I'm okay with. They will get to swap. And this is probably Amoonguss. Probably. Nope, Raging Bolt. Okay. I'm in prison. Yeah, now I'm gonna Terra. Oh, I'm not going to Trick Room. That would be bad. I don't have Foul Play. Oh, no. Okay. That's fine. I'm okay with it. They literally didn't change over the attacks. Okay, that's fine. Let's do that. And I'll swap to Chien Pao. So now no one can use Protect, period. This was not... Okay. Yep, I forgot. I should have saved. That's okay, that's my fault. I didn't save, that's my fault. Chien Pao can come out. At least I saved after doing the stats, but it should have saved before that. Calyrex withdraws. Here comes Incineroar. Okay. We're going to Terra the Farigiraf, that way we don't get hit with any Dark-type moves, including Snarl. Dragon Pulse. Not bad. Good voice. Throat Spray to get the +1. that. We'll just Ice Spinner into the Raging Bolt. Because they can't do priority moves. They can't activate Trick Room. And I'm the only one that can protect right now. So if I take down the Raging Bolt, I won't have anything to worry about. And I think I outspeed. No, I don't. I do not. Here comes the Terra. This is probably going to go Raging Bolt. Yep. And it's very electric. Good call. Nice spinner. Slot slot. I mean, it still does damage. It's not enough. Electro Web. It's a decent amount of damage too. Off. Not good enough. You did take off the life force though. Oof. Okay, let's go and Sucker Punch. We're Sucker Punching the Raging Bolt because that's the Terra target and we're hoping to get the KO, but I am -1 without a life orb. So right now, I'm just trying to do as much damage as I possibly can because otherwise I'm not going to be doing as well. Punch. Oh, just barely not enough. Ultra Web goes off to protect. This can go ahead and take down Chi and Pao. I'm okay with it. The -1 for speed for Chi and Pao is actually really, really bad. Super bad, actually. Knock off. That's nothing. Let's bring out Koraidon. Okay, let's bring out the Sun. Bring it into a frenzy. I should swap, but I think you know what? In case if I do outspeed, can't do any. Yeah. Collision Course. They can't do any priority moves because Armor Tail is out there. Take out Raging Bolt because then they can't outspeed me regardless with Electro Web. And now Incineroar gets to pick either knockoff on Farigiraf. It does. And now they get access to Fake Out, but that's not going to really matter too much. The big thing here is that now they have that. But I have a Pokemon that's actually pretty good against it. Okay. Now you can protect on the Calyrex, and it's a good chance that it will survive. I don't know what their fourth is, but they can't Terra. So I think I'm good just going. I'm gonna go this way in the event that they're protecting Calyrex. They withdrew Incineroar. Okay. Probably a Moongus. Oh, Landorus. Okay. There's the protect. Okay, we're kind of playing them. Flare Blitz takes down Landorus. I'm gonna get a new mic stand when I get paid on Friday. They'll probably be here by the weekend. Ivy Cudgel goes right into that Pokemon. Into Calyrex. Intimidate comes out. Hits the Ogerpon, which is bad, but it does not do anything to Koraidon. So now you get to pick. Who is it going to be? Because otherwise, I'm going to do twice the amount of damage to Calyrex. So you get to pick. You can go for the double and might get it, or you can watch Calyrex fall. Your pick. Pick up. Okay, you went to the Koraidon. Lynch cannot move. I have the Cutchel in the sun. That's not enough. Fish Lance. It is enough for the Koraidon, but it is not enough for Ogerpon. Does get a attack boost. So I'm just going to hit it with Horn Leech. It's probably going to protect here, though. Probably not, because they're like, okay, you have to pick. Which one do you want to do? And I'm hoping to get a little bit of HP due to the Horn. If they didn't protect, get a little bit of HP due to the Horn Leech, and then it does. Did you do knockoff, or if you did Flare Blitz, you got me. If you did knockoff, I don't think you do. Knockoff? Ah, you still got me. It was a really close match. Like, it could literally go either way. So, wow. Absolutely good. And our first real test with Farigiraf turned out to be a real good one. Absolutely good. They had to swap almost immediately and had to deal with like a Chi and Pal right after that. Now, I could have swapped and maybe brought out maybe Ogerpon right after that, so they just had to kind of deal with that. But having Farigiraf out there with Armatail is probably like the best bet, because then they couldn't Thunderclap, they couldn't fake out. They literally had to play the game like normal while I had access to both. I really wish that Raging Bolt would have went down when Sucker Punch came out, but I understand why it didn't. -1 and Life Orb being removed. Still really close, but not enough. Okay. Ooh. All right. All right. So we have Miraidon, Whimsicott, Iron Hands, Farigiraf, Sneasler, and Chi-Yu. Now, Sneasler I haven't seen in forever. Remember in the last gen, or last regulation where this Pokemon was everywhere, like it had to be on the main stage. Now it's hardly everywhere, like anywhere. Like what happened, guys? Dire Claw not doing it for you? I mean, there's still fairy type Pokemon in the world. They're just not doing anything for you now. Like, what is the deal? What give? Tornadus and Chi and Pao, because I'm definitely gonna need to do something against that Whimsicott. Actually, let's do. Wait, did your moves get changed? Yes, it did. Okay, you kept Taunt. I think I did that, but previous video, not this most recent one. I was trying to do one for Monday. On Sunday for Monday. We'll do those two. I don't think that they'll reverse, but they could. Ogerpon and Koraidon. Kind of like the same time that we had before. Instead of Farigiraf, it is Tornadus. I feel like they're gonna do some shenanigans if I'm not careful, so I'd rather be prepared for the shenanigans, and that makes sense. Whimsicott, Chi-Yu, so Sunny Day, Terra Fire shenanigans. Okay. So Sunny Day, Terra Fire shenanigans. We're gonna go Tailwind. Ice Spinner, I'm gonna go right into Whimsicott. I'm gonna Terra so that I don't get hit with super effective fire, but I don't really think it's gonna matter, especially when they go Sunny Day. Terra Fire on Chi-Yu, with it being Spect and Heat Wave. If that's what they picked, Tailwind. So now I outspeed. And change. Chi-Yu, there's the Heat Wave. That's a scarfed Chi-Yu. Whimsy goes down. Cat, I live. That's a scarfed Chi-Yu. How I know that is because it attacked before Chi and Pow, which has 205. So I know the speed tier there. Maybe Koraidon's next. Maybe not. Choreograph is next. Oh, you're a devil. I hate you. I just realized what you did. Good game. I just realized what you did. Okay. Chi-Yu outspeeds. I could protect on Tornadus, but they're gonna get up Trick Room. There's no way to prevent Trick Room, and there's no way to like do any chip damage because Chi-Yu is relatively gone. Like I can't do anything about it. Let's protect instead. Do the double. We're doing this just so that we can kind of like we need to play this out. But effectively they won because here comes Trick Room. There's the Heat Wave. Chi-Yu outspeeds. I can't hit that any faster. I have to play through Tailwind. Now, Tailwind's on their side too. Psychic Noise. Okay. Okay. So I don't know who the fourth person is. It's probably going to be Koraidon. There's no reason why it wouldn't be. The thing is, I have to rely on Tailwinds for both 2 more turns. Yeah, I mean, I just have to rely on a miss somewhere. Somehow. Heat Wave. This is Tornadus. I'll take that. Tornadus attacks before Choreograph. We can do some damage. I was really hoping it would be Chi and Pow, because then I would have one-shotted this Chi-Yu. Big Windstorm. Crit on that Chi-Yu. There's the Trick Room. That was kind of dumb. Not gonna lie. That is kind of dumb. Chi-Yu moves faster than anyone else. And I can go... I can use this, maybe? Follow me? Yeah, let's do that. Follow me. So now Psychic Noise has to hit over to Choreograph. Now they could use Dazzling Gleam, help, or, okay, Psychic Noise, I'm okay with this. That's a decent amount of damage, prevents me from healing. Now Bleak Windstorm, please hit Chi-Yu. It misses Chi-Yu, the Pokemon I actually wanted it to hit. Drops the speed off Choreograph. Heat Wave. Which gets the double. That sucks. If that would have hit Chi-Yu, that would have gotten the KO, and it would have been 2-2. Or 2-3. And now Tailwinds are gone. Koraidon can come out now. Gonna bring out the sun. Trick Rooms for 3 turns? Bro, this is gonna be rough. Rough. Protect. I was really hoping that we had something. Psychic attacks against Koraidon's not great. Alright, let's hit with the Iron Head. Why have, like, noise? Super effective, prevents healing. That's a lot. I'm going to be taken out by Heat Wave. Oh, that sucks. Did I just get hit with the Rocky Element? Yes, I did. Shucks. Not bad. Not bad. I was really hoping to knock out Chiyu. If the Bleak Wind Storm would have hit Chiyu, that would have been a completely different match, because then at that point in time, Trick Room was up and Tailwind was just about to end. That means my Pokemon would have moved faster, not Chiyu or Koraidon, who was in the back, I think. Anyone, realistically. It could have been Sneasler. I doubt it, but it could have been. It also could have been Iron Hands. I mean, that would probably be like my other target. It's just Iron Hands on in between those two. But, you know, it is what it is. I really tried. Dang it. Ooh, okay. We have Lunala, Landorus, Fire Ogerpon, Roaring Moon, Urshifu, and Indity Female. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Because there's a couple of things that we can do, right? I know I'm still watching day 2 of the Stockholm Regional. I am in the top 4. Lunala played in a huge role in that tournament. I don't remember if they're in the top 4, but if they are, great. If they're not, I mean, they're powerhouses. Just getting through that is tough. Absolutely tough. So how do I pass this? That's the question. How do I get through it? Because I don't know. Do Tornadus Chien Pao. Ogerpon. I guess to go Koraidon again. I mean, we kind of have to, but I'm not sure. Like, I have counters to like some, but not all, and I don't really have an answer to a fire grass type. Some of what I've been thinking about when I'm listening to the day 2 of the Stockholm regional coverage is like, okay, Incineroar is all over the place. That's a given. Fire Ogerpon is also becoming all over the place, and that seems to be a given. So how do I deal with that? Well, one thing I thought of is to literally bring in like a rock type user, but who? I know that I found like a lot of success with Hisuian Arcanine, so I'm kind of thinking of bringing that in. I'm not sure. I might trade 1 for 1 here, depending on the interactions here. Let's do Bleak Wind Storm and Ice Spinner on the Landorus. I don't know what item it has. Okay, Landorus protects. Ice Spinner goes into that. Bleak Wind Storm misses Landorus. Hits Ogerpon. Does not get the KO. Gets really close, but doesn't get the KO. Drops the speed, and you went after Chiyu. Chien Pao, not Chiyu, Chien Pao. I didn't want to use my Terra. I thought about it, but I was like, I kind of don't want to. I don't think that's the call. It's getting out Koraidon, which is going to give a boost to Ogerpon's attack. I'm going to go for the Bleak Wind Storm again. We have Lunala, so we'll hit there. We'll hit the Landorus. Flare Blitz right into Landorus. This should do quite a bit of damage. One of the sets that I want to try with 2 Landorus is probably Lunala now. One of the sets that I want to try, is like Choice Band Koraidon. I think that set would be kind of fun to play with. Probably not going to go anywhere, but it would be really fun. Open Storm hits both. Down goes Ogerpon. Lunala is at half HP. half HP. Now comes Entity. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and Bleak Wind Storm again. And I'm gonna Terra Iron Head into Lunala, thinking that Entity's gonna just redirect anyway. But I also don't want to get hit with a Fairy type move or Moon Guy Speed. I also don't want to get hit with Psychic move either. So this is like my best option. But this is totally gonna be a Trick Room setup here. There's Follow Me. No Terra. I reveal that I had that. Take a little bit of a beating due to that. Bleak Wind Storm. Please hit. No, you needed to hit the Lunala. Hit the Lunala. Here comes Trick Room. No. I didn't activate. No, I did not. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. I did not do that. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. Okay, it's hitting Lunala. This is where Expanding Force is probably going to come in. Follow me on the Entity. Meteor Beam. This is going to go straight to... If it goes for Koraidon, I'm okay. If it goes for... Please go to Tornadus. That'd be dope, actually. Hit. Yes, there you go. Proc is Focus Sash. Thank you. Focus Sash has been procced. Bleak Wind Storm, please hit Lunala. You didn't hit the Lunala again. Bro, what is your problem? What is your problem, Tornadus? Bro Chacho, you're supposed to be doing stuff. Flare Blitz into Lunala gets the KO though. Spread moves for the win, and I don't know why you didn't Terra. Okay, so who was in the back? Oh, it's Landorus. That's right. That was who was in the back. Let's go on Bleak Wind Storm and Protect. Okay, I was like, Koraidon, where'd you go? Oh, well, you disappeared again. Let's go. Sandster Storm. There's nothing to Tornadus. This is flying. Does not affect Tornadus. Bleak Wind Storm. That's a strong hit. It's a strong hit. You know what? Why not? We'll protect again. Why not? I'm okay. There's Terra. This is probably going to be poison. Could also be water, but I doubt it. Poison. This is kind of why I didn't want to bring in Fluttermane, just because of this. Like, this is bad. Protect fails. Earth Power. Yeah. Koraidon goes down. He goes bye-bye. He go bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bleak Wind Storm hits, and down goes Landorus. We got one. Let's go. We got one. I'm not sure why they waited so long to do the Terra. Like, it's a good idea to, like, not spend your Terra right away. Unless you have, like, an immediate strat that you want to use it for. But it's good to hold on to it till you know that you need to use it for a Pokemon that you either want to take, like, great advantage of, like Ogerpon. Before, he was never my Terra target. And then he's become increasingly helpful, becoming the Terra target because of, you know, Ice Rider Calirexes, or being able to one-shot Kyogres, due to Horntail and stuff like, not Horntail. Jesus, like Horntail is freaking Maple Story, Hornleech, like those moves like that, like those have been really, really helpful, especially with the +1. Even in Sun and Rain, it still gets like that +1 because the attack stat went up, not necessarily the other thing. So something that I really, really appreciate. Ooh, someone wants to get into the rank. Okay, so we have Walking Wake, Whimsicott, Incineroar, Koraidon, Nianchao, and Moongus. So Moongus is a really good counter for those who want to use Trick Room. They won't do it if he's in the party or Torkoal. I'm kind of debating whether to put Torkoal in my party just because of the fact that I'm tired of having to deal with Trick Room all the time. And he's a really good counter. So he's like, oh, you want to set up Trick Room? Fine, do it in front of Torkoal. Good luck. Good luck. But in this particular matchup, we do have quite a bit that we could offer. We need to bring in Tornadus for sure. I think bringing in Fluttermane is going to be the other one. Qianpao, and I want to bring in Ogerpon. I really do. And I think I am. No, bring in Koraidon. I just don't have anything realistically for Walking Wake. Like, I don't have an electric type move that would really, really help. And I'm really thinking about switching Fluttermane from the set that it is to maybe going back to having like 4 attack moves. I don't know if I want to have specs on it just yet. I think it'd be really, really fun. All right, so they bring out Koraidon and Whimsicott versus Tornadus and Fluttermane. And here I am with no Dazzling Gleam. But I don't think Koraidon is just going to sit there as that. I think it's going to Terra. And if it does, I don't want to be caught. So I'm going to protect first. This is going to open up Encore. Koraidon also protects. Okay. Tailwind, so I either won the 50-50 or they're slower. They do the light screen. Okay. I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna hit him with that. If he goes after Fluttermane, I can't do anything about it. If he goes after Tornadus, I can at least withstand it. Here comes the Terra, it's gonna be fire. Koraidon's always fire. Yep, there's the fire. We couldn't stop the fire. And the world is burning, because I'm still turning. On the Whimsicott. Are you Mental Herb? You're not. No Encore. Moonblast, that does nothing. Flare Blitz, please do that to Tornadus. You didn't. Okay. I was like, please do that to Tornadus. But nope, Fluttermane. You're on the Fluttermane. I wish Koraidon and Miraidon got like an attack boost. That would have been dope. I'm glad that they didn't, but that would have been fun. Funny. Fun. Alright, Koraidon, come on out. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do the Storm. I will also Terra. And I'm going to Collision Course against their Koraidon. Withdrew Koraidon. Someone asleep. Incineroar. Nope. Clear Amulet says no. Sorry, Incineroar. My Clear Amulet says no. And this is actually going to do a ton of damage to this Incineroar, because this is the Ancient Sun. And yeah, this gets a boost. Like a 1.33 or something like that. It's the same thing as Miraidon. It probably gets gypped a little bit, but it's around the same. Incineroar goes down, no fake out, none of that. Okay, Bleakwind Storm, single target, right on the Whimsicott, does not get the KO. It's really close though. Moonblast right over the Tornadus. Less than half. Less than half. That's respectable. It's about 72. This is... Okay. Koraidon again. How's our Tailwind looking? I have one more turn for Tailwind. And they have one more turn for Taunt. So... let's go ahead and just do... this. Because I'm going to outspeed, because they don't have Tailwind. And Whimsicott's still taunted for one more turn. I think that's a 3-hit KO, though, with Moonblast. Withdrew Whimsy. Okay. Sent out who? Walking Wake. Not bad. Special attack was heightened. Protect on the Koraidon. Still not bad. Not bad at all. Collision Course. Lakeland Storm misses Koraidon. Hits the Walking Wake. Let's go. No speed drop. So let's go ahead and do Tailwind again. Let's just go right into Walking Wake. I doubt that we'll get the KO, but if I can KO it, it's a lot easier to deal with than it is a Walking Wake. Okay, they withdrew. That's fine. Here's Whimsicott. Tailwind, because I want to go fast. Vroom, vroom. Collision Course. That's enough for the KO. Sunlight faded. Light Scream War. Oh, that's why you didn't get the one hit, because Light Scream. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and taunt you. And I'll just go ahead and hit you in the face. Figure that was gonna happen. Taunting the Whimsicott, so they can't do anything. No Light Screen, no Encore, no Tailwind. They went straight for an attack because they knew exactly what was going to happen. Ooh, Tornadus just barely lives, 4 HP. Let's go. And one more time. One more time now. Shiver my timbers, riding winds. Yo-ho. Alright, so... this misses the Whimsicott. Really? Really? Really, bro? That's fine. I almost went 3-1. But no. No, can't. Can't. We'll end it off with Chien Pao. And I'll just go ahead and Ice Spinner and Flare Blitz. Doesn't matter who. They're both 205s. It's 50-50. Okay. There's a knockout. I really want to use Whimsicott again because I like having the idea of having Helping Hand. It's such a cool move. And I think having that on like a strong attacker next to it is very it's very useful. I was trying to think of the word that started with a V. I don't remember what it is, but it's incredibly useful. However, I found that usually my Tailwind Pokemon get knocked out pretty easily. So I'm trying to figure out a way that they can actually survive more than one turn. Because I tried bulking up Whimsicott. And I realized that, like, no, you can't bulk up Whimsicott. Whimsicott bulk up is like, it does not have enough HP to support whatever you'd like it to do, no matter how many times that you want to build it. Its base HP is 60, it ends at 135. Its speed is 116 and ends at 136. If you put 252, it goes to 167 for HP. If you put 252 in speed, it's 168 without the nature set. But if you put, well, apparently in Showdown, if you switch it to Timid, it saves you 124 EVs and puts the speed at where it's at. Currently at 168. I like having mine all the way up to 184, but it's like, it's a lot. But if you do HP and speed, you don't really have anything else. Its special defense is 75, its regular defense is 85. And at the end of it all, it's a 10-point difference. So it's 105 with no investment, and it's 95 with no investment. 105 is defense, 95 is special defense. So it's like, how do you make that live to the things that you want? And I tried that. It just doesn't seem to work for me, which is why I went special attack and speed. And then like 1 point into HP. But even then, like, I don't, like, looking at that, it's only 129. How is it doing crap tons of damage against like Urshifu? And it's like, well, it's Urshifu. He doesn't really have that much special defense either. But with the HP that he has, he should have access to way more. So part of me, like, investigating Bolt, what does it mean? How does the damage change when you invest more into it? And try to get like a way better picture. Like for Farigiraf having the 116 in both stats, that wasn't done on purpose. It absolutely was not. The nature set for Farigiraf is bold, and with the 116, it's literally a 20-point difference between the two stats. And even with the HP being as high as it is, which is like 227, I think it is. It brings my defenses down at level 50 to just that 10-point difference between the two. And it's just because of the nature. I could literally switch the nature from bold to like, what? Sassy? No. Special defense minus attack, calm. And it would literally swap it. It's literally just because of the nature is why the 10-point difference is. And I don't even know if this is going to be really effective. From my research so far, I have been told and shown that you kind of want to pick one defense, not highlight both. Now, I could be wrong. And I would love to hear what your guys' comments are and your thoughts. Because I'm still trying to figure this out too. I'm usually the hyper offensive. I want to go fast. I want to attack hard. I need to outspeed. I need to be able to have all the bonuses work in my favor. But my Pokemon tend to not live long enough for me to really take a huge amount of actions for that. And I'm trying to figure out how, why, and are there ways to make my team still do the things that I want, but still survive the moves that come in from other sources? Does that make sense? Because I think it makes sense to me, but I could be wrong. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, we have, ooh, this is interesting. Okay, we have Koraidon, Fluttermane, Gothitelle, Screamtail, Hitmontop, and Volcarona. I haven't seen Volcarona in forever. Now, Volcarona was in a couple of teams in the Stockholm Regional. Volcarona has always been one of the Pokemon that is like heavily used. It takes a little bit to build, but once it's built, bro, get out of the way. It's not, really, really hard to deal with. But in our case, we do have a couple of options that we can do against this. Just kind of have to try to figure out which one's the best course of action. This is probably a Perish Song build. If it is Perish Song, I need to be as offensive as I possibly can. So Tornadus, Chien Pao, Ogerpon, and Fluttermane. That's what I'll bring in. Fluttermane because I need ghost type Pokemon. The Terras definitely have to go on Chien Pao because there's no reason for me to use Koraidon in this battle. It's not going to really make a whole lot of difference. Although Koraidon versus Koraidon in the last match was perfectly fine. This one, it's not going to be really, really helpful. Hitmontop and Koraidon versus Chien Pao and Tornadus. Pokemon Pulse. Intimidate. Forgot he has Intimidate. He's also gonna have Fake Out too. So that's cool. I'm gonna protect on Tornadus, Terra. And actually, should I just protect here too? Yeah, I wanna bait. I wanna see what they're gonna do. They're probably gonna Terra Koraidon. There it is. Fire, most likely. 99%. It is. Okay. Not necessarily a combo that I have like a way to deal with. So it's gonna be really, really interesting. But I'm gonna protect on both. So no fake outs, none of that. Faint. Ooh, okay. Well, for the Faint Fire Blitz, this is gonna go straight to Chien Pao. Not bad. Not bad at all. I didn't think that you were gonna go for that. I thought you were gonna go for something else. I should have went for Sucker Punch. If that was the case, I should have went for Sucker Punch. Life Orb. And something else, huh? Ogerpon. Next the mold. So I'm gonna go ahead and Tailwind. Terra Fire. I'm just gonna hit the Koraidon. Why not? I'm gonna hit the Koraidon. Because this is gonna be it's gonna be resisted. Not quad, but it is gonna be resisted. I'm gonna be +1 in the sun, +2, +1.5, plus another 1.5. Wild Guard. That's for Bleakwind Storm. I want to go fast. Vroom, vroom. I cudgel. This is a lot of modifiers, and that's enough. I was also a crit. Oh boy. Critsies. Hitmontop did nothing. I mean, it did something, right? It did something. It was just not the thing that it needed to do. This is Gothitelle. Let's go ahead and taunt the Gothitelle. And I'm going to Ivy Cudgel the Hitmontop. Withdrew Hitmontop. Here comes Springtail. It'll also be Fluttermane. Nope, Screamtail. Okay. Fake out. Okay. Taunt. Fell for the taunt. Pokemon Clinch cannot move. Taunt on you. It's probably going to be the swap in to Hitmontop to get the -1 on Ogerpon, which would make it neutral, but I still have the Sun. And Tailwind's still up, so I'm still set. Oh, okay. I've played against Gothitelle a lot, so I can easily tell when to shut Gothitelle off, especially since they already used their Terra. So if they didn't use their Terra so early, they probably would have been able to outdo the taunt from Tornadus. And there's no way that Screamtail can outspeed me to stop me from doing whatever it's going to do. Screamtail is probably set up with the Encore Disable combo with X and X. X probably being Fair Song, and then probably Protect or something along those lines. Maybe Imprison, maybe Helping Hand, X, right? Just because they gave up. Now, that doesn't mean that that's what that was. What it means is that as soon as I turned off Gothitelle, they kind of had to make a choice. Okay, well, Gothitelle can't realistically do anything, especially after using Fake Out. It probably had some sort of like two maybe setup moves and maybe something else. It could have had two other attacks and then something else. I don't know. As soon as I did taunt over there, I had taunt lined up for Screamtail, which means both of them would be theoretically turned off to do any status moves. They did have to physically attack me. Now they still had Hitmontop in the back with Feint, and they still had Fake Out. So it's not like they couldn't just, you know, create the revolving door of Pokemon for Gothitelle, swap it out to bring in, you know, Hitmontop to create the Intimidates, which then, you know, lowers down my Pokemon's attack and then wears out the sun a little bit. Screamtail could have had like an attack, or it's just literally not going to do anything but struggle. I don't know, because you could immediately swap some, like doing something else every single turn, just so that you had the means to constantly swap in and out your Pokemon. So in that regard, swapping in and out was not a bad thing, but I like that could have been their option. It would have been mine. It would have been the first thing that I thought of. Yeah, I mean, I can't be mad. We caught them, but that's what I would have done. And that, ladies and gents, and Pokefans alike, is going to be the end of today's video. We are ending at 12,869. Nice. Total of 49 battles with 23 wins and 26 losses. Not bad, but I want it to be at least 100-ish so fights by now. But again, just like I said in the intro, if I'm only recording and posting 5 days a week for 5 battles, it's not going to be like a whole lot of battles. I might need to look into that because I like having more practice, and we are officially into April by next week tomorrow. Realistically, today's Tuesday, so next week today we're in April, and my tournament, and I'm going to double check here live because I've been really keeping an eye on it. My tournament is at the end of May, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna double check because I'm competing in that tournament, and I need to know where, like what day. Okay, so it's May 23rd to the 25th. I have that time off, and Monday is Memorial Day, I think. So I have that Friday, Monday, that's a holiday, and then the Tuesday off because I can. But yeah, it's listed. That's not available for me to register. I'm gonna double check that right now as I'm doing this, because if it opens up now, I'm gonna register. But if it doesn't, nope. The only thing that I have is on the 17th and 18th, which is of May, so it's the week before that, and it is the it's not that one. Which one's to say here? San Diego Pokemon CL. What is CL? I don't know what CL is. It's not in Australia, even though they have a regional there too. There's a lot of regionals around the 17th and 18th. Oh, Chile. Here we go. Santiago, Chile. So that's the only one that they have listed currently on RK9. So my regional tournament isn't up yet, and I'm hoping that changes when it goes to like to the Atlanta Pokemon regional, because they have 3 going on at the same. Are they really gonna have 3 regionals at the same time? Bro, what? That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. 3 regionals same time. The Melbourne, the Utrecht, and the Santiago one. Are they all gonna be live streamed? God, I hope so. That's so many fights. Consecutive live streams over back to back. Yeah, that'd be dope. Anyway, so my apologies. Went on a tangent there. But yeah, May 23rd to the 25th is my tournament, and it's not listed. So I have to keep an eye on that so I don't miss registration. Because I do want to compete, I do want to play, and since it's basically April at this point, I need a lot more practice, and I need to get a hold of some peeps to play with and try out different builds and see what I can come up with, and just have people to talk to, share my thoughts, my builds, and see what they can come up with and go from there. So yeah, plenty to do. Not a lot of time to do it, because I'm hoping to reach my goal this time. You know, the last 2 regional tournaments that I went to, I had a day goal. You know what my goal is this time? I don't want to win. I don't care if I make it to day 2. I want to prove it to myself that I can actually do this. I want to see where my knowledge of the game is, how to predict people, what they're going to do, what they might do, what they might not do, and just play to see where I'm at and my level of skill. It's like 12,869 might sound like great for some people, but for the people that usually hit like regional championships, they're winning most of their games. And when they win most of their games, it means that they're not losing too much. Out of like 100 games, let's say that you played in like the grand challenge, people that win first place maybe lost 5 games total. I'm sitting here at 23 to 26. So I have to ask myself, out of everything else, I don't care if I make it to day 2, I don't care if I win the regional. I need to be able to understand and see where my level of gameplay is at, and I need to be able to see if I'm actually learning something. Because if I'm not, I have to re-examine a lot of what I'm doing and trying to figure out what mistakes I'm making and see if what I can do to change that. Because I am competitive and I can be a sore loser at times. You guys have seen me be salty. But if people that have barely played the game and win regional tournaments, making slight changes and just kind of hoping for the best, not saying that it's luck based, but if they can do that, why can't I? And I need to figure out what's causing me to lose. How do I stop that? How can I change that? How can I make that outcome more favorable to me? So I need to answer that question. That's what I want out of this tournament. I don't care if I win. I don't care if I lose. If I make it to day 2, great. If I make it to the finals, great. I went 3-4 in my first tournament and went 2-5 in my second tournament. Went to a locals and went 4-3. It's not bad. Haven't been able to play locals very much since, but it's not bad. I want to know, where am I making my decisions and why am I struggling? And why is it that I'm not seeing it until I'm on the grand stage playing against other players that don't have the same issues as I do? Or perhaps I just suck at the game. I don't really know. But that's the question I'm going to ask, and I'm going to try to answer that question. Am I good enough to compete? And am I someone to look up to? But more importantly, I want to gauge the level of skill that I have. I do. I don't think I did bad last regional that I was at. You know, going 2-5, but only 2 of them being a 4-0 sweep, and the rest of them were literally down to game 3, where I could have literally won if I got the maximum amount of damage out of all of my guys. Absolutely. I could have went to day 2, but it feels not consistent to me. I want to find out why. And so I'm going to. Anyways, I've taken up way too much of your guys' time. I have my apologies. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed the video. We're going to go ahead and roll out the outro, and I'll see you guys next time. For now though, since it is the end of the video, I want to thank you all for watching. If you guys made it up to this point, shout outs to you. Love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. That's the best way to support me as a creator and what I do. Watch the videos all the way through. And if you guys want to help support it even further, please consider leaving a like, comment down below, and hitting the subscribe button. All of those are completely free, and that's the best way that I want to run this channel. So if you guys want to do that, awesome. If you guys don't want to, then you don't have to, but it does support everything that I'm trying to do. And if you do all of those things, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I cannot wait to see you in the next upload. I'm out. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. stay warm or cool, depending on where you're at. Stay hydrated, but most importantly, stay safe. I'll see you next time.